Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. It's time for our weekly track roundup, my thoughts on a bunch of songs and singles that came out over the past week or so, whether I love them or hate them or feel somewhere in between. They're all linked down below along with our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it, so if you get some vinyl or a turntable over there, yeah, helps us out. Also, our Patreon page. For a cheap monthly tier, you can get access to our Discord community, also some bonus extra monthly content, and finally, G Fuel. Yes, we are officially G Fuel sponsored. Link down below, promo code NEEDLEDROP. I dig on that hydration formula quite a bit. Check it out. All right. Let's get into the worst tracks. We have a couple this week, just a few. But bam. The new Tom Morello record is out, and this latest taste of it with Chris Stapleton was really not it, in my opinion. The track sounded like a cheap knockoff of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, but with a country flair. And for whatever reason, this is not one of Stapleton's better vocal performances, even though he's a great vocalist, much of the time. I usually adore his vocals on his solo stuff, but his performance is not great on this one. So I don't know. This one was just not it. Moving on from there, Lumineers, Big Shot. Yeah, it's awful balladry here with some very weak vocals, and let's just move on. All right, meh. The tracks I was not huge on, but still wanted to point your way. You might like them more than me. They are as follows. New one from Summer Walker and JT of City Girls. Kind of sounds like a somewhat weaker version of Ghost Town DJ's My Boo. It's okay. It's all right. Okay, we have a new one from Snail Mail. Ben Franklin, a very low-key ballad teasing toward the new LP. It's all right, I guess. Maxo Kream, new record should be out really soon. I liked a lot of the lyricism on this track, and the wordplay was incredibly witty. The storytelling as well. I just thought that the flow was super weak and kind of sloppy to the point where it was really difficult to engage with. So I don't know. Taking the good with the bad on this one, I suppose. We have a new one from Laetitia Sadier of Stereolab fame, but obviously she's been dropping solo stuff for years at this point. New album on the way. I guess it's untitled as of right now. It's going to come out in 2022. This one was a pretty low-key guitar ballad that didn't really hit me all that hard, but maybe it'll grow on me in context of the record. We have Hiatus Kaiyote, Canopic Jar. They have come through with effectively a Halloween single here. That's kind of interesting. I mean, the mix is a little sloppy, but it's still a fun listen and kind of kooky. Lil Durk, Pissed Me Off, new track from The Voice himself. Great flows, great energy, and gritty lyricism on this one, too. Not usually the heavy auto-tune stuff that Durk brings to the table, but it feels more like a freestyle than a complete track. Starts off strong with the intro, beat isn't too bad. Durk is just flowing his ass off. There's almost like a G Herbo vibe to a lot of what he's doing lyrically and content-wise. But then as soon as that first verse is over, the song just kind of dissipates, and that's it. Just wish there was more to it. All right, we have Alice Glass remixing the Dorian Electra track Iron Fist, Faris Badwan on the track as well. It's kooky, it's chaotic, it's all over the place. Alice Glass's vocals on the track sound insane. I wouldn't say I prefer this remix to the original or anything, but certainly worth a listen if you're a Dorian or an Alice fan. We have a Jazz Hands, new from Aesop Rock and Blockhead. They're back together after years and years and years, and it's not too bad. There's some good one-liners from Aesop for sure. He's sounding as lyrical and as clever as ever, but the song itself feels almost like a very long-running teaser or taster, maybe an intro of sorts or something. There wasn't really too much of a structure as much as there was just this forever building tension to the track that I wish resolved at some point, but it just kind of, ended after several minutes. Again, it was fine, but this wasn't exactly the fireworks I was hoping for, considering the legendary duo that Blockhead and Aesop Rock are, and the great stuff they've made in the past. But new record on the way. I'm still looking forward to that for sure. All right, we have best tracks of the week. We have a few that I was really enamored with. They are as follows. We have a new one from Serpent with Feet. This one over here has some great vocal layers, and it's quite hypnotic as well, Down Nuh River. It's a very good one. Yeah, it's low-key. It's stripped back like a lot of the stuff off the latest LP, but this one kind of has, I guess, like a very entrancing magic to it that I'm very much into. All right, we have Boys Noize and Abra on this one over here. It's titled Affection. It's got like an old-school 80s electric body music quality to it. Very dancey, very groovy. Abra's voice on it sounds fantastic, and it's just got that great vintage flair to it. We have Mac Miller, the new streaming version of his fantastic mixtape Faces is out now, and we have a bit of bonus material on it that comes in the form of the song Yeah, which is a pretty heavy instrumentally and emotionally track for Mac, and yeah, give it a listen. It's great. It's actually kind of amazing that this is a bonus track, given how good it is. We have a very low-key, subtle, touching ballad from Mr. Michael Kiwanuka. Beautiful Life is the title of it, and yeah, it's just a good one all around. It's got that nice vintage flair on it on the production, and his vocals are as good as ever. And Black Country New Road, they're back. New record out very soon, and our first taste of it over here comes in the form of Chaos Space Marine. Not as much of a rock direction on this one, but they really kind of fill all those gaps with more horns and more arranged instrumentation. And of course, it's all played with so much guts. Vocals are still top-notch. Black Country New Road are really building up for an amazing sophomore album if everything is sounding as good as this. And Adele. Finally, Adele, Easy on Me. Really digging on this new single over here. It's just a very straightforward, powerful, emotional piano ballad with some pretty good lyrics. I don't really know if there's too much else to say other than that. I did a review for it over on the Fantano channel. Check that out if you want a lot more thoughts than I'm offering here. But again, really dug on the lyrics on this one. Adele's voice sounds as great as it ever has. Maybe some people would have liked heavier instrumentation on the chorus or something like that, but I don't know. I kind of like the song being as no frills as it is, because I feel like as far as the piano performance and the very subtle groove from the bass and the drum and Adele's voice, you don't need too much more. At least for this track anyway. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a bunch of different tastes of sounds and styles on the rest of the record. I thought it was a good teaser, so there you go. All right, weekly track roundup. That's it. Those are all the songs that I wanted to address this week. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this video. Remember, all the tracks are linked down below. You're the best. Anthony Fantano Tracks Roundup. Mwah, forever.